All right, go ahead, Scott. Go ahead, Scott.
No, what I was saying as far as like with social media, like I eliminated Facebook. Just Facebook is just a complete waste of my time. I gained no traction there. I tried to develop, and it was giving me zero results. And so, you know, I just deleted my Facebook. Same way with LinkedIn after I left being a chef. You know, I used it for professional networking, for gig jobs and stuff like that. It worked out really well. It didn't really translate for crypto. Now,
No.
part of the crypto
But it served its purpose.
with crypto Twitter, but also, you know, like we had in the class beforehand, you know, we talk about in the lessons about, hey, take a stand for something, you know, and it could be anything. Now, I'm a you know, political troll like on Twitter to the max. I mean, you know, from a strong standpoint. But what it has done is it has garnered me additional follows. But on my main page, it's still crypto for the common man, and
100%.
my link into yen and stuff like that, and that connection to where, hey, you know, somebody came for, as I always say, the memes. You know, somebody came for the memes, and they you know, they stayed to follow some of the crypto content, and you know, let's see what happens in a year. But Twitter just happened to be where I was able to gain some traction through my feed. And subsequently, you know, and that's the same way with like developing the fire community on yen. You know, the whole purpose for that is not only to get out and express some ideas, take a stand for financial independence, you know, the kind of the I Hate Debt Club, but it's gained some traction. You know, I keep going back. I'm looking for that 30 number, but I've got 29 people so far following in the group, which just by going back and looking at some of the other groups and stuff, that doesn't suck. You know, I mean, I've only put out like 5 series piece of content and a few other things, but in essence, you know, I think one of the things for branding my crypto for the common man, because I like the brand, I like the idea, is to be able to translate that financial independence into, hey, you know, crypto is just another vehicle that I found for myself personally to get me there, get me farther and faster, to get me, you know, out of debt, to pay down debts, to pay off my property, to, you know, to where, you know, this past July, you know, I became debt free. So now that's something I can talk about. That's an experience, a real life experience I can share, you know, that I've been passionate about for 2 years, you know, and I don't want to go back there. And so is to be able to help people do that, but also possibly introduce them into the crypto sphere. That would make a nice tight brand. So.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you for sharing that. We're going to go ahead and get started with the class. I am recording. Thank you for sharing that with us, Scott. That was recorded for posterity. So everybody, welcome to not DCA. Oh my gosh. We were talking about that earlier. We talked about my podcast earlier, so it's still on my head. We are on the DCTV Prospects Day 6 class. All right. So for everybody who's not here, stay tuned. You're going to love what you have to see. We have Scott, Gundy, Mackenzie, Tony, and Itzel. All right. And
what up, everybody?
Mikkel. So welcome, everybody. Glad you guys could make it. Glad you are not going to miss this. So here we go.
I like the mustache, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It's No Shave November.
Oh, yeah.
You know it's all about that cancer support, right?
Good job.
All right.
Oh, my gosh. We're in here.
You all are in here.
Come here.
Everybody's in here. All right. Everybody that had some sort of video, you are a part of the slide.
Look at us. Oh, yay.
All right. Day 6, go and do. Commencement. It means a beginning or start. Stay the course. All right. We want you guys to continue to grind, to drive, to keep going. Don't stop. All right. Remember that your limiting beliefs, your scarcity mindset, that's what's going to determine your success or failures. Your limiting beliefs. Like, let's talk about, relationships. A guy wants to talk to a girl. He says, you know what? I think she's got she's out of my league or whatnot. He's right. The second a guy starts thinking that, he's right. Let's talk about business. If you want to talk about, oh, you know what? I don't think I can do this because I don't have enough experience. You're right. What you think will determine your success. I'm boiling it down way too simply, but it's the truth of the matter. Okay?
Right. For sure. The moment you doubt yourself is the moment you lose. Like, straightforward. Like, fear can be a great tool for success, but don't let it grasp you.
Yeah.
You do that, and
don't let
Peter always
fear
says,
stop you from moving. It's like, your limiting beliefs. Let's just talk about Doge Lord right now, or Crypto McKill Designs, or Hot Rod Mining. If any of us wanted to get into more advertising, all right, and we started believing that we wouldn't succeed because the competition's too fierce. There's too much. I can't do this. I can't do that. The second we start doubting ourselves, we are vocalizing. We are thinking our doubts into reality.
You're putting up walls for yourself. Instead of breaking them down.
Exactly. All right.
Walls that weren't even there until you said those words.
Yep.
There's no such thing as I can't. All right. The second you say I can't, you're shutting off your brain from figuring out how can I. You stop all critical thinking the second you say I can't.
Or what do I need to do to accomplish this?
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
Excellent. Document, don't create. Before we started recording, we started talking about how, Peter had been drilling into us, in the last class, and what we've been saying over and over again during this class is, document. Don't try to create something. Now, let's say that, I know, perfect example, back when I first started doing DCTV with Peter and everybody, and I was trying to create that Saturday Night Live type stuff, okay? There's nothing wrong with experimenting and actually creating something, but don't make the creation your main go-to source of content creation. Because creating something takes way too much time and effort. You get burnt out way quicker than if you just document. Document your journey. Document your interactions. Document how you're learning, how you're growing. Document how other people are growing and learning. You don't always have to create a skit to, every week like I was trying to do. That was one of the reasons why it was so hard to get that, platform off the ground. And document. Stories for the win. All right. People want to be entertained with stories. They want to be educated with your stories and your learning and things that, hey, you know what? I was doing this and this, Eitzel, Liz, I absolutely loved your guys' podcast episode where you were talking about your trip to New York. The story was amazing. More stories.
Thank you.
Okay. Kenzie, you are great when it comes to, coming out with, your stories and whatnot. Scott, I absolutely love Crypto for the Common Man. I think you're on a real roll right there. Like I know you haven't gone as much into YouTube, but your blog posts, those are phenomenal. All right. Definitely keep that up. Keep the stories going. Day 6, execution. Peter and John have built platforms with the intention of giving them to us, and we are continuing that tradition, right? Do you see the metagame of DCTV? Hint, it's distribution. It's getting your story out there. It's getting, you exposed to a broader audience, okay? Think about how many other ways that, the metagame can apply to you, right? Do you see the metagame of yen? what is the homepage of the internet? Right? People, there is no homepage of the internet. People, what's your, favorite website to go to, or what website is everybody on? It's either Google or Facebook or YouTube. There's no homepage. There's no one place that's for everybody. And that's what we've been trying to create with Yen, is a place for everybody, whether in crypto or not. They want to get away from Facebook and Twitter and the censorship. They want to, create something that's better than Patreon to actually organize their communities. Consider what has John and Peter built that I can use. Is it the pub, Yen IQ? Is it the groups, private groups, direct messenger, DCTV, etc.? Consider this. What do I have that can add value to what already exists? Homework. Going deep. DCTV Prospect class sustainment. Direct message us in Yen, all right? Here's what we want. We want you to prepare a proposal, and it's not limited to this, okay? But what can we, as the correspondent crew, and even Peter, what can we do for you guys to help you guys, grow? What do you see that you can take advantage of, whether it's on DCTV, whether it's in the pub, it doesn't matter. What do you see everywhere that you can take advantage of? What would the experiment look like? How long would it be? And I got to move this thing because I can't read that last part. Oh, what's the cadence? Like, what is the tempo? Like, how often will it be posted? How often will there be content for that? What are your hypotheses? What are your desired results? And what is the win? Think about that. What is considered the win for you? What do you need? And what do we need? All right. Here's just a couple examples, that I had thought of last class, and, that they apply today still, but we're not limited to these ideas, okay? Examples. We need a trader on DCTV, a blockchain expo reporter, maybe somebody who's covering what's happening on Yen, like Crypto Mom was covering what's happening in the pub a while back. Come up with your own ideas if you want to actually be a part of the DCTV, correspondence team. You want to, help create content and get your voice out there. It's the experiments to help you not only on DCTV, but in your own projects as well. So if you can experiment on our platform, hey, come up with your own ideas. Homework continued. Welcoming team. All right. Welcoming team, we had one when it came to when Yen was first created. Yen has had a few updates. Maybe you guys want to work on creating a welcoming team for, hey, welcome to Yen. Here's how you do it. This is, like a tutorial on how to work your way around this wonderful new world that we've created. Working teams or working agreements. If you look at Crypto McKell and Brian, Nemesis, those two work in a team every Saturday, right? They have, what's the values that they hold together as, that content, for that day, that space, right? What values do you guys have, right? You need to come up with what is important, and sometimes include goals with what's happening in that small channel for you. Like, let's say, I keep saying small channel, like your day or your content for DCTV or even your own channels. All right. Team norms, right? What behaviors would be the norm for your style of content creation, like your team? What do we, hey, let's talk 3 times a week and then, gather twice and then, shoot an episode once a week or shoot an episode 3 times a week, whatever it is, what are the norms that need to be established? And sometimes you need to include how that those things can be accomplished, right? Simple rules. When, where, what, all right? When are we getting together? Where are we, getting together? Is it on, Zoom? Is it on, Discord? Is it on, Anchor? Is it on, podcast? What are we doing? What are we talking about? All these different things. If you answer these simple rules and you have your team norms and you understand what your values are as content creators and you're working as a team, hey, awesome. You guys are heading in the right direction. Homework continued 2. Goals. Build a library of content. All right, we've said this before. Now, more content equals more expansion and a larger footprint. And the best way to build a library is to build a series, okay? If you look at DCTV, Peter has a series when he was doing like 10 videos a day of nothing but news articles. Colin had continued that with nothing but news articles. Our series that we currently do right now, on DCTV are Friday nights and, Saturday night, late night in the mine. Okay, those are the ongoing series that we are currently doing because other series have gone away, making room for new opportunities for new series. Maybe a series that you could do. Number 1, time box. To create a commitment to commit to. All right, so time box your time. All right, it is going to be hard and it is a grind to time box everything, to create content. And you know what? That's okay. We're not expecting you to be perfect straight out the gate. All right. But time box, designate a certain amount of time a day or a certain amount of time a week, or certain days out of the week to, build, research, grow, create content, and try to be as steady as possible. All right. Like I said, it is hard and it is a grind. But if you continue to do so, you will learn something and you will create a library. As we said, a library is a series,
Not only that, you'll create like a personal brand of sorts. It'll be you, like as they say, the most authentic you. And you'll watch that just kind of grow over time. I mean, shoot, here coming up in this next month, I think in
December,
maybe a month. In about in 1 month, it'll be our full 1 year going on DCTV and doing Saturday night late nights in the mine. It'll be the full year of that, and I mean it's come far from what it was to what it is. We've gotten better at content creating. I mean, now we here lately we've been averaging on a 2-hour live stream. Like it's just kind of become the norm, because sometimes it's just people just get us going, or people come in a little later in the stream, and they're like, no, we want to continue this, and I mean usually we'll let it happen. Out of complete fun, out of the heart, because it's enjoyable. But yeah, I don't know. So
absolutely, and it's that library of content that builds your brand. Okay, and when you have a library,
DCTV content.
Yep, and when you have a library, you have a series. A series will create a long life of evergreen content. All right. You will never have to do it again. All right. Questions? All right. Part 2 will be continued on day 7. Just kidding. Marketing tips for content creators, generators. We constantly must challenge our own assumptions around what we think users enjoy, use, need, and etc. We want to measure, but you must start to small measure. All right. The less features and variables, the better. You want to focus what you're measuring. All right. Questions to ask. What do I want my users or customers to do? What is not happening as expected? What is missing that would help them move towards a call to action or behavior? And what is missing from your call to action requests? Give them step-by-step instructions. Be intentional with what you're asking and measuring. Okay. So for instance, let's just talk about Friday nights. We start, at the very end, we always say, hey, who's got anything left to say, or who, all right, shield time. Who wants to talk about, where to find you, what projects you're working on, all this different stuff. Okay. One of the things that I was able to measure is that when we let people know that DCTV is demonetized, even when they give us, tips in the live chat, we don't see a dime of that. We don't see a penny. It goes straight to YouTube. So if they actually, are, want to support us as content creators, to support us by subscribing to our newsletters or going and purchasing t-shirts from us, or, subscribing to our YouTube channels or podcasts, or whatever content creation that we're doing. Hey, DCTV has like 30,000 subscribers, 80,000 subscribers, whatever it is right now. I get my 3s and my 8s mixed up. But point is,
how many does who have?
DCTV.
80,000.
Thank you. So 80,000 subscribers have a chance to watch DCTV Friday nights. Currently, I think we're averaging about 500 views per Friday night. Okay. So that's 500 people that could potentially watch the video and see at the very end us saying, hey, check out our other channels, check out our Instagram, check out our projects, but when we explain to them, hey, if you want to support us, please do this, because DCTV is demonetized. When we explain that DCTV is demonetized and we then ask, if you want to support us, please do this, that call to action works better than just saying, all right, guys, my turn. Hey, you can find me at so-and-so. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me here, 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 and here. People are like, okay, why? Why do I even care? But if we explain to them, I've measured that we get better results when it comes to the number of people coming on my subscribers list. The number of people who join my Instagram or whatever. Okay. Moving on. What to improve? All right. So here's a nice, cool graph from last year that I had to redraw for everybody today. How to figure out what to improve. All right. Up high, we have high traffic. Down low, we have low traffic. On the left, we have low conversions. On the right, we have high conversions. If you are getting low conversions and high traffic, you need to increase your conversions by A and B testing. Testing one or two things. Okay, you know what? I'm getting a lot of traffic, but nobody's signing up for my email newsletter. All right, let me try something new. Let me test A and B. What of these two things gets me better traction on that? Same thing if you go look straight down below. You have low conversions and low traffic, get more traffic so you can start A/B testing. Okay? All right. When you have low traffic but high conversions, you need to get more traffic so that you can do the happy dance. All right? Because not only are you having a lot of people, act upon that call to action that you had asked, subscribe, like, find me on Instagram, support my, store, whatever it is. Okay. Well, you need to get more traffic then. That way you can get to the top right quadrant. With high traffic, high conversions, you can do your happy dance, but you need to watch it closely to make sure that when it starts to dip, you can then reassess where you are on this quadrant map, figure out whether you need to do A/B testing, get more traffic so you can start A/B testing again, or, just your conversions are still up, but your traffic has gone down. So you need to figure out what it is that you need to do to get your traffic back up. Right. And as you can see on the chart right there, according to last year, this is where DCTV was. All right. We had medium traffic, but we had low conversions. All right. When we asked people, hey, do this, do that, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but here, perfect example. When we were saying, hey, we're opening up DCTV to everybody, we had about 40 people join the group. But as a core, we only have about, anywhere from 7 to 9 people who are here consistently every week. Okay? So when it comes to your... Yeah, thank you. You guys, awesome job. Now, for those who are going to watch the video later, that's you included. Awesome job. All right. But this graph is very important, not just for the channel itself, but also for your own channels, for your own, projects, definitely, if you guys have the time or whatnot, rewatch this, this chart will help remind you where you are and what you need to do to adjust and what to improve.
Where do you have the PowerPoint at?
This PowerPoint is on my hard drive right now. So I will be uploading the video and you guys will be able to rewatch it again.
On Yen?
Yeah. I'll post a link on Yen.
I can't get in it still.
What about your phone?
It locked me out.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I don't know what's going on.
I'll send it to you directly, okay?
Thank you.
Yep. All right, so you're welcome. Constraints that we all, us correspondents and Peter, have created for you new prospects, and constraints that you will need to overcome. For instance, Doge Lord, the personality, humor, candor, and culture. That was Peter. All right, Peter, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but he was the original Doge Lord. I just found out that dogelord.com was available, and it made a great name for funny merchandise. And I was just like, I'm gonna run with it. And he's like, go for it, buddy. But people who've been around for a long time expect Peter to be on DCTV. So that's a personality, a individual who's, humor and candor and, the type of culture that he's attracted to the channel. We've got to overcome that. We got to, elevate and get people to start liking us more. All right. Peter is a constraint for DCTV correspondents who get fewer views. Think about it. Anytime Peter jumps on, he gets 1 to 2 times more views than our average show. It's starting to go the opposite way now. We've started to get our brand out there as the DCTV correspondents, and we're starting to get regular people showing up, all right? But that's also another constraint for you. Friday night personalities, late nights in the mind personalities, all right? The expectation of format, how we do our shows, the consistency and schedule of our shows. We have shows consistently Friday nights and Saturday nights right now. All right. We used to have more, but as our correspondents have, gone on to do other and bigger things, they have now left doors open for you new prospects to fill in the void. Right. You guys can have your own days, your own series, your own, Friday nights or Wednesday night, Thursday night, whatever it is, the consistency and schedule. That's something that you're going to have to, overcome, the quality, not just in the content, but also in like the not just in the hardware, but also in your comfortableness in communicating with one another or with guests or with, a camera, elevating that quality. That way it's entertaining for people. All right. Your position or authority, is going to have to be elevated because, look at Mikkel and Brian. They have elevated themselves to be in a position of authority where people look at them as the authority when it comes to mining. When it comes to mining content, those two are considered experts by a lot of the industry. All right. And if you guys want to, join DCTV, you're going to have to elevate yourself to a point where you can create your own brand. It's like, hey, you know what? We have this is DCTV. This is our channel. We have experts in mining. We have experts at this. We have, Friday nights where everybody just hangs out and talks, fun, drinks beer, shoots the shit. We got whatever it is, you have the opportunity to elevate your own position and authority now. All right. This is going to be a fun chart right here. I'm going to go ahead and hide your guys' faces. That way we can see what's going on here. All right. So examples of experiments. Okay. In orange, you see on the top left, it says awareness. On the top right, it says acquisition. The bottom left, it's educate. And it was supposed to be orange. Convince was supposed to be an orange, but I think I messed up in the art, but that's okay. Anyway, so those four are basically identifying what quadrant they're in, okay? On the top left, it's the awareness quadrant. At the top right is the acquisition quadrant. Bottom left, education quadrant. Bottom right, convinced quadrant, all right? And you can also see that we've also divided it in top and bottom. On the top, in red, on the outsides, we have emotional, versus on the bottom in blue, we have rational. All right, now, let's look at this. Entertainment, top left, right? It brings awareness and it's emotional because it's entertaining. You know, quizzes, games, viral content, video game content, which is the VGC, branded videos, giveaways. You know, you're spiking the emotion. You know, people are sharing. You're bringing awareness and whatnot. Okay, that's that quadrant right there. Okay. The acquisition in the acquisition quadrant, we have influencers, endorsements. You know, tools and widgets kind of falls in between both of them. Community forums, the same. Events, reviews. You know, when you give a review on a product, you are, you know, helping acquire, you know, new people to, you know, like go into, I'm losing the word for it. You're basically, you're getting them to say, hey, you know what, I want to be a part of that. You know, you've gotten their emotions going up, but you also are acquiring them more in a monetarily, you know, if you know what I mean. Subscribe to my newsletter, you know, because the newsletter you can later sell to them. Okay. Reviews, and you know, people want to hear your reviews because they want to use your affiliate link because, you know, you give good reviews. You know, obviously, if you give good reviews on products, they want to, you know, buy the same products that you got. You know, you'll hopefully have affiliate links for those products. Okay?
Like a hardware wallet.
Yes, hardware wallets. Shh.
Yeah, hardware wallets.
Okay. In the educate quadrant, bottom left. All right, we're looking at rationale here, less emotions. Okay, blog posts, ebooks, news, podcast episodes, PR coverage, right? Trend reports, guides, and research. That's all rationale. You're using logic to get these people and you're educating them. Like, these are all educational tools. This is the educational quadrant, and we use rationale to bring people in. Okay? On the bottom right, we got rationale and convincing people, case studies, ratings, reviews, you know, feature comparisons, demo videos, webinars. You know, it kind of falls in between educate and convince. Then you got pricing pages where you can say, hey, look, you know what? This is a better product, and here's why. You're trying to convince them. Here's a case study showing why. Here's the reviews showing why. You know, all of these different types of experiments that you can create, whether it's with DCTV or your own brand, your own channel. You know, hey, let's talk about what happened here. Let's talk about what happened there, or let's talk about this item here, or, you know, this emotional. There's a range of things that you could use to create experiments to help bring people to your channel. All right. It's a lot to, you know, to digest, but, you know, you can write these down, itemize it, and say, hey, you know what? I haven't tried covering events yet. Let me cover events. Or, hey, you know what? I haven't tried covering, you know, feature comparisons on, you know, 2 different products. Let me try that. You know, whatever it is. Okay. These are all experiments that you can try. All right. Content marketing. Content marketing is a long-term investment. When you start out, you're trying to carve out a niche for yourself. Okay? How do we do this? Things that we think are juicy. Create offline experiences that you can organize. You can take pictures of yourself going somewhere, doing something, all this different, offline experiences that you can organize and, and put into a consumable, content type, whether it's, your podcast, blog, vlog, video series, write a book. You don't have to, get published like with hardback or anything like that, because that's a bit more difficult, but you can certainly write an ebook. Teach a class, give a workshop, share your expertise after going on this, journey or whatever it was.
On the note of sorry, you listen to my playing TikTok videos in the background. On that note of creating the ebooks and content and stores, there is a Discord out there that we don't
talk about it
much. We don't post on much anymore or talk about it, but it has became a staple for all of the everything that you'll see posts from me there whenever I was building my websites, building all my stuff. Raven Sky building his stuff, Chris building his stuff. If you go back in there, you'll see us literally creating everything that we did, and there's tools that we use. There's John has dropped so many links on how to create ebooks. There is so much information there. We don't really publicly give that out anymore. There's a select few that are on there nowadays. So,
and one of the reasons why is because it's mostly being used as, okay, this is the archives. We are saving this for posterity, as well as, resources that we can always fall back on. We can always go back to. We're not posting new stuff in there, but that is it's like having a library in your own house. It's like having, the Library of Congress online. You want to learn something? It's in there. And that's what it was for us. All right, so moving on. So not only we're talking about podcasting or writing a book or an ebook, teach a class or workshop and share your expertise, you could host a webinar or a webinar series or training series, or guess what? You've been in the middle of this, video series, workshop, webinar series, that I've been, helping you guys with for the past 6 weeks now. Is what we've been doing this whole time. If you think about it, we have just created a series that we can maybe release later publicly. Maybe not. Who knows? But it's always an option. All right. We're not asking you to do anything that we're not already doing. All right. Or that something that we haven't already done. All right. These are just a couple of items or ideas that are very juicy, that are very good when it comes to helping you do quality content. Once again, before we go to the next slide, create offline experiences that you can organize in whatever media that you choose. Do a video series, do podcasting, write an ebook, teach a class or workshop and share your expertise, or host a webinar series or training series. More homework. All right. Post in the DCTV Prospects group with an answer, why are you here? All right. Maybe you are here long enough and you know what a QM is. You were a quartermaster or a pub member. You're just Yen fam. You're a friend. You're here because of crypto, personal reasons, private reasons. You have a goal, a desire, any reason. All right. Why are you here? All right. And this is going to take a significant investment on all of our parts. All right. The whole content creation game, it's a significant investment on all of our parts. And then helping you guys build up on that is also going to take a significant investment on all of our parts. Because when we help you elevate your content helps elevate us as a community. All right. that Crypto Mikkel has been doing content behind the scenes. He talked a little bit about it, off camera. I'm not going to steal his thunder or whatnot, but there's a lot that he does for the yen community behind the scenes. There's a lot that I'm doing behind the scenes. The yen community isn't exactly aware of what all we're doing here right now. All right. Only a few actually have a clue. Right. This hasn't been an investment of our time, to help give you these classes and, go back and forth with, complementary, ideas, like when I'm saying something and then Crypto Mikkel comes in, he's like, hey, you know what, for emphasis, here's another example. Or Brian would come in, here's another example, or when you guys have questions and as a collective, we help, answer that for you. This has been a significant investment on all of our parts, and it will continue to be a significant investment on all of our parts. All right, so we want you to also describe your relationship to us, correspondents. Right, what makes us correspondents valuable to you or not? Okay. All right, commencement. Congratulations, prospect class of 2019.
Golf clap. Golf clap.
Go and do.
I'm cool as hell.
All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the final class. Right? Yes, this was definitely a deep dive, and it is going to be obviously a lot of homework. You have a lot to think about. Obviously, if you weren't able to take notes or because you're on your phone or something like that, I will definitely make sure that you guys get a copy of the video as soon as it's uploaded to YouTube. It will be unlisted, so it will be just for us who have the link. Okay. And, definitely, post in the group. If you can't post in group, find another way to post and get. You guys can message me on Instagram if you need to. If you have my you have my number, text message me. I don't care. All right. We can talk on Instagram if we have to, if you're locked out of yen right now, or on some other social media. For you to get your content to us, I'll submit it for you guys if you need me to. Okay, if you need to, I will submit, your articles or your blog posts or your videos if you need to, because I know that with this new update, we have been kind of locked out. I'm still locked out on my laptop, but my phone's still active.
I'm glad to know I'm not the only one. I thought I was like, what's going on?
No. It's not just you. I am locked out on my laptop when it comes to Chrome. I'm still active on Brave because I didn't update Brave, and I did not update my phone at all. So that's how I'm able to post currently. So, get a hold of me if you need help posting because you're locked out, and I will make sure that you guys get that content posted and, invite you guys into the correspondence group, So, do you guys have any questions, any comments, concerns, snide remarks?
Something to say? Well, first of all, congratulations everybody for making it this far, all the way to the end anyway. My phone's on like 1%, so I'm gonna hurry up and say, congratulations. If y'all need me, please reach out. On Yen if you're on Yen. I'm not really active on Instagram, but I do get notifications if you do message me there. If you need me on there, Crypto Mikkel Designs. Telegram is a really good way to get a hold of people. Chris, you should probably set one of those up. No, he says no.
Well, I'll think about Telegram.
I'll
think about setting up a Telegram just for us. Until Yen is fixed.
For if we can't all get on Yen right now, it'd be a good fix for the time being, instead of having to make a Discord server, which we could do.
So why can't you get on?
Something's wrong with the password stuff. Like logging in, email, password. Okay, something went wrong. Let's reset your password. Click the link in your email for the reset password button. It's like, okay, so what's the new password? Now verify. And it's like, we don't know what's going on. So I've already messaged support and Sue. All right, Mikhail, I know your battery's dying. You're waiting on this. Have a good one, man. Thank you for being here.
No problem.
So, yeah, what I could do is I could definitely see about creating a Discord for us, because I don't like Telegram as much as I like Discord, because Discord's more fun. You can do emojis. But
you can even do memes, huh?
You can do so much on there. But that's one of the reasons why, we work so hard to get Yen to do the same, as far as, being able to post pictures in GIFs and all that different stuff in our messenger. But with us currently knocked out. All right, Ninja.
Can't you just create a new shadow account or something?
Nice, Ninja.
He's shooting somebody? What is that? I don't know.
He's stabbing the mem.
Oh, he's stabbing the mem. Got it. That's funny. Anyway, all right. So there will not be another class next week. I was thinking I was going to have to break up this class into today's class into 2 days, but there will not be a class. What we can do is next week we can actually get together. We can get together next week and talk about, your guys' homework that you have been doing, and maybe even talk about maybe doing something on Thursdays for DCTV. Who knows? I mean, we're already in the habit of being here on Thursday. Why not make it a regular thing? Or we could get together and talk about a better day for it. Who knows? It's all up to you guys on Thursday.
I have a question for anybody in here. I know Gundy, because he recommended it, is using it, the DaVinci editor.
Yes.
If anybody else is using Mackenzie, are you using DaVinci as well?
Yeah, I'm using DaVinci. Free, baby.
Free.
Yes, DaVinci 16 free. I've played around with other editing software. I've never been successful. Most was the OEM one, but after not using it for over 8 months, guess what? Forget it. Could you guys just on Yen just send me a link to your one of your maybe more favorite YouTube tutorial things? Only I burned through one at 1.5 speed to get that video put together and actually successfully got the clips together. But I know there's so many different ones out there. I just want to be able to start putting in some trailer stuff or just start playing around with the different features and learn about them.
Yeah, just make sure. Go ahead.
No, I'll send whatever I have, because I got. It usually starts expanding after you get your first guide, and you found like 5 more guys that are around your level. So yeah, I got a couple dudes I can send you for easy tutorials.
Yep.
Awesome. Definitely share that in the the group, and I'll see about making a Discord server and getting that link invited to everybody here. And we could start posting in there as well. Until we can all log back in.
No. Can't you just make another account, bro?
Well,
are all your accounts locked out?
Only I could totally do another account.
Your personal one and your
I could do my own. I could totally do my own personal invite code and invite myself to Yen.
Yeah.
On a new email, completely brand new from scratch. But that's not going to make it any different for anybody else who needs to get in there, who's already got their established, whatever.
Well, your account's in there. Can't the freaking admins just unlock it and attach it to a new account?
Haven't asked, but it's certainly something that we can do at support or, message Sue about.
Yeah,
But-
when you know the devs, it's pretty easy. They just kind of like go in there and click a button, and you're like, all right, there you go.
Either way, what we could do, we could explore all avenues, whether it's, creating new accounts on Yen, or, having things switched over. I mean, right now, my current avenue was waiting for support to fix it. All right. But we mentioned earlier, we could also do Telegram or Discord. I prefer Discord to Telegram. So that could be another avenue that I will go ahead and tackle, creating a Discord server for us. And we could just, post in there if we don't have access to Yen at the moment and we don't want to create new accounts. Okay. So.
Well, I mean, it would be temporary, obviously. They might be able to clone your account
if
too.
that's how you want to do it, go for it.
Who, me? I can get into my accounts.
Yeah. I didn't even know there was an interruption or a glitch in the system.
Yeah, they had they said do a hard refresh for all the updates, and so we did, and then we were locked out.
See, I totally didn't do that.
Yeah.
Kind of glad.
Well, that's all it was. It was that hard refresh that totally screwed me.
What, you mean actually hitting F5 on the browser? Is that what happened? You refreshed the browser, right? Mm-hmm. That's weird. Maybe it was, bad when you hit it.
I don't know, because that's the same thing that happened to me. I was trying to reset the password and it kept saying it was wrong. And then it doesn't let me. And then since I refreshed, and I refreshed it, so it locked me out of the other ones, my iPad and my phone. So I was like, what the heck?
No bueno.
Growing pains.
Which is why it's so awesome that we have the means to communicate on multiple avenues. Because I was able to get the link.
There's
not on
one.
Find me at HexDeck16 on Twitter. DMs are open.
Yeah, and obviously at Doge Lord Apparel on Instagram if you need to get a hold of me if you can't get into Yen just yet. While we're waiting for things to get fixed. All right.
Maybe try that magic website. Go to sundrop.io.
Yeah.
And try getting into there. And the rainbows and the unicorns will guide you on your way.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so for those of you who don't know the story, sundrop.io happened to be a thing thanks to my needing Sundrop during our Atlanta meetup. Sundrop is an amazing soda, but it's only available on the East Coast. So our boy Scott here decided to buy sundrop.io and redirect it to the beta for Yen. So I actually do type in SUN if I want to go to Yen.
It was the ultimate troll back in the pub.
It was great.
John gave me up. I wanted to drag that out for like
years.
Get my money's worth, because everybody's like, who created that, and I just let John know on the sly, like, hey, just so nobody gets upset, it was me. And then he threw it out there, and I'm like,
traitor.
That's all right.
Sundrop.io actually redirects to Yen, so that was like the ultimate. Anyway,
all right.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording. That way we can go ahead